I remember when I first told my mom I wanted to go to Scotland. She thought it was a great idea. She could use it as an excuse to visit Europe. I also remember, after I had been in Scotland for about 4 months, telling her I wanted to travel to Jerusalem. This later reaction was not remotely similar to the first. We got into a huge fight. She did not understand why I wanted to go to Israel. There was nothing for me there. I was not of Jewish heritage, and her understanding of any Middle Eastern country was one of bombs, blood, and sand, which unfortunately is understandable due to the constant turmoil of the region. But I had made up my mind to go, because I knew I would most likely never get to experience a place like this ever again. I visited Jerusalem, Haifa, and Tel Aviv during a little over a week, and it was everything I thought it would be. The people, food, language, and mindset were almost as satisfyingly exhausting as the hot, sandy terrain, and I'm thankful for every moment I spent there. When I returned to Glasgow, though, I found myself wondering why I had, as my mother had asked, wanted to go to Israel, and Scotland for that matter. Scotland, like Israel, was everything I had wanted it to be. You couldn't walk out your door without stepping into a world steeped in history and beauty. From the hubbub of Sauchiehall Hall Street to the quiet seclusion of the necropolis in Glasgow, Scotland was its own place, comforting but complex, moving like its rolling, steep hills from history to modernity within a city block or acre of land. I guess this is what called out to me, and why I felt compelled to study in and travel to these places, because they were off the beaten path but had just as much to offer as the more popular destinations of Europe. Maybe this is my rebellion against normality speaking, but either way, I know by going to Scotland and Israel, I got to explore new places, meet new people, and immerse myself in the histories and cultures of two very captivating countries. There is just something so beautiful about a place that is still so true to itself and doesn't pull out all the stops to make itself seem more welcoming to foreigners. Scotland and Israel have both spent years trying to become what they are today, fighting for liberation in their respective spheres, and will not stop anytime soon. So to ask them to be anything like the more tourist-responsive cities of Europe would be like asking them to forget everything they stand for, and I guess that is what compelled me to study and travel in these two locations. They are nothing but themselves, and I found that stirring.